My name is Simona Broomes, and I'm from Guyana.
What is the importance of the tip report, and what impact has it had on your own work?
I thought the impact, I want to deal with the impact first. I think the impact is really inspired me as president of the organization, as president and founder of the organization. I'm into mining for 25 years. And before knowing about the report, uh, I really saw it as, and I really saw it that way, as young girls just vulnerable and find themselves in strange situation and all of that. Learning of the report and the impact that it has made, it caused me to see that it is not accepted. I've learned about the laws in my own country through the report and just knowing about the report and what should happen and what do we do, how can we identify victims and all of that. So it has impacted my organization really great. And we are working with that to better our country because it's from the report we've learned that our country is not in a nice position or a nice place. And as a Guyanese, we want to stand tall and we want to stand proud. And so we want to work with that report and what is happening. It really causes us to see it differently. Um, for the report of itself, many might question and say that, last year report comparing to this year report, how many more cases were there? I want to say even if there were not another case, it impact our world globally. And I want to speak about Guyana. Just the mere fact to know that there's a report and that we are being watched and that people care. And way in the United States of America, some of my victims would never imagine until they might have an opportunity to look at me on television or to hear about the stories that there are persons not only in Guyana but all over the world. So I feel good to know that the Guyana Women Miners Organization is not there alone and that America has a team of people at Washington, D.C. has an office where people come to work every day looking at the outer world and collecting information and want to stop slave trade in today's society, and that the President of the United States of America has taken this move. I really salute him for it. I think that the report will mean so much to me. Um, Wild person, and I want to say even in this year's report, even if the report come out negative against my country, I will be more motivated by the negative comments and would want to work with it and on it to make it in a positive direction. Meaning to say, if this year, whatever tier we come out at, next year, I want to join with my team and the wonderful members back home with me. There's 400 and odd women that really depends upon my leadership. And for trafficking in person, we have a unit there. And for me to sit here, just the thought that the report and how we are watched, I think it is great. I think it's one of the best investment for me America could really move towards and is investing in saving the lives of people. I deal with victims on a daily basis. I house them, I provide for them and their little girls, and it is important for them to know that it is not right, it is not allowed. I think it will empower victims now in Guyana, and I will use this as a motivation to aspire and encourage some of the young victims to say, listen, you can join me in the fight against trafficking in person. You can be another Simona Broomes in ensuring that it don't happen to somebody else. We're in a global world. It's a big family. It's a big team. It's a force to reckon with to deal with trafficking in person. And I will use the report as the evidence of the force that I'm talking about in trafficking in person.
How has it felt to be able to meet others who work on fighting trafficking issues around the world?
I think it's great. It's unbelievable. The only sad part of it for me is that most of the persons that I will meet have their police, their prosecutors, their government, even if they're NGO, they're well linked and they're well connected with government and their support and their police force embracing them and all of that. And I hope that from with this report and my experience here, that could really spill off in my country, and that my country and the people, the government, more so could really embrace our organization in such a fantastic way. I think that is victory in itself, to know that all stand on one common ground, well supporting the fight against trafficking in person. This is the kind of network that we need to eradicate, to start to eliminate trafficking in person. So I think that meeting with all the folks from way all over and their experiences, it is new to me, so it is unbelievable. You know, I couldn't sleep after listening to everybody and their ideas and their thoughts. I said I thought I was alone as a Guyana Women Miners organization back home, and all the pressure and everything is with me, everything to do with a child and trafficking. And I'm saying, who's there? What do I do? But now I'm in a better position to say to the whole world, it's a great family and it's a big family, and I want to encourage persons not to see us as just heroes, but to join us, and for them also to become a hero in the fight against trafficking. Because once you do that, we talk about saving lives, and people, so oftentimes people say, don't bother with the media and the news, what they're talking about. They have some fake faces. My name is Simona Broomes. I'm real. I'm a real Guyanese. And the victims are real. All the stories are real. And they're real, wonderful, innocent boys and girls and women out there that really needs you. And it's a fact.
What would you like to say to people in your home country about how they can help fight human trafficking?
I want to say to the folks back home that it is important we are raising more awareness and to help us to identify victims, not for us to cover victims, be it you drive a lorry, be it you drive a pickup, wherever you are, be it you in the city, be it you in Berbice, be it you in Bartica, be it you in the interior, to join us and let us knit to the system, to join me as an organization, and all to really embrace our governments and everybody to really form the kind of unit that needs to be formed, so that we could really go forward with the fight against trafficking. I know that this would be a real great eye-opener, and it's a message I want to start preaching in the church, you know, all at schools, lessons to be taught to young girls. Let us just really make out of it a real huge, use it as a stepping stone of sensitizing, and let us, as we learn about it, tell somebody else, tell your neighbor, tell your friend, tell your daughter, read it to them as a story to go to sleep at nights, so that we will see it with a different eyes. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to really pull ourselves together and as a people to really embrace and care for each other. It's not nice. We all back home where I'm from, everybody knows about it. It is right out there, but it's how you looked at it before. I want to say to you now, don't look at it the same way, but to join me in a special way. Let us start to identify these victims. Let us put all of us on notice that Guyana is in to deal with trafficking in person in a mighty way like never before. And I'm sure that I will succeed. It is one of my goals to really see a unit and to really see me going out there, knowing that the police care about me, knowing that the minister care about me, knowing that the president care about me, knowing that the neighbor care about me, and know that everybody see it as a great job. You know, I mean, it's not nice when I left, but I know that going back home, I want to say to you, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the move.